Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000 and the rest of the men, women, and children of the hopeful elect. Shalom and salutations. I'm your brother Magan Shalamar. The title of this short video will be something like Esau and all of Idumea will drink the cup of Yahweh's fury because it's their turn. So we're going to show you the proudness of these devils here in spiritual Egypt, because America is known by different names: spiritual Egypt, Idumea, land of Uz. So we're going to get right into it, and you're going to see this devil Esau, Trump, known as Nero, speak about the proudness of them destroying Iran. But it's not about the people over there in Iran, the Elamites. It's all about the judgment that's coming to this earth for the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. So fair use, not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died.
Guys, this is honestly the best game about trains I've ever played. I built this huge railway network in the towns of
USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal. Something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that with His help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death.
Yeah, he's a very proud man. How he's sitting there with his USA hat on with no tie, meaning to me like he's all about taking care of business. This is a time that he's in his strength, trying to appear in front of the world, that America is being so strong and can do whatever the hell they want to do. We'll get right into it. Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 5. It says, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." And that's his wine. Esau's wine is his philosophies that he what do you call it when you spread amongst this world? He spread out his philosophies, which is mesmerize this whole entire world. But the world is waking up to this devil and all his lies. He's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And this is Esau Edom at his finest. He can't stay his ass at home. He couldn't stay where the Lord gave him in Genesis chapter 36, where Esau Edom land was given was, let's go ahead and get it real quick. Esau Edom land was Mount Seir. You know, he should have been up in them mountains. But see what the Lord is saying to him, that because he transgressions by wine through his philosophy, he is a proud man. And that's what you was hearing from Trump, speaking very proudly. He need to keep it at home. He's over there in Iran trying to take out that regime in order to bring in a regime that he wants. Because why? He enlarges his desire as hell. Because hell is talking about the grave, and the grave is never full. You know, and that's his desire. It would never be met. He's going to always want. And as death cannot be satisfied, because he is that red horse. He spread death wherever he goes, and it would never be satisfied. He always bring death wherever he goes. So he was saying correctly, you know, you will die, you know, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21, because it's time for Esau to drink that cup of wrath. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz, which is spiritually talking about America. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And this cup of fury that the Lord is going to make him drink, and also and this nakedness that he's allowing the world to see, the shame of this devil. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So this is the proudness of Esau Edom. That's why the Lord said, go ahead and rejoice now. Be glad, you know, because the wicked has the rulership on this earth right now, Esau Edom. So be happy, be glad, rejoice in it, because it's soon coming to an end. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and we're going to just go to verse 12 for the sake of time. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see that? So it's their turn to drink of this cup, man. We're gonna see what cup the Lord got prepared for Esau Edom, man. It's his turn to drink of it. This is Psalm 75, and we're gonna go right to it. In verse 8, it says, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Yeah, for sake of time, we'll start at verse 8. It says, for in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked on the earth shall wring them out and drink it. You see that? He's going to make them drink this cup. And we're going to find out exactly what the Lord put in this cup. He says, but I have declared forever, I will sing praises to the Most High Yahweh, the power of Jacob. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. And who is that? Who is the wicked? You go to Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And we know that the people that's in charge right now is in rulership is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And who is the righteous? The righteous is the Israelites, beginning with the elect of Israel, of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian. We make up the 12 tribes of Esau Edom, and the Israelites that are scattered. Go to Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 22. And let's see what this cup that the Lord prepared for this devil. It says, Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. It says, thus saith Yahweh, says, so the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid the body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. Yeah, because we became that welcome mat. Israel became a welcome mat to these damn devils, man. They walked all over us. Because why? Because the Lord made us drink from that cup of trembling. You see that? We had to drink the cup of his wine. Why? Because we transgressed against the Lord and his laws, statutes, and commandments. So he made us drink of that cup. But what did he say? Thou shalt no more drink of it again. So we're done with our punishment, man. We're done. We're in the time of salvation. Speaking of the elect, man, because this time is coming to an end. We're just waiting on the MOTB to come out, which is the micro C-hip. Once that take place, and then this whole war that you see this devil is starting to create over there in the Levant region, fucking around with Iran, right? That's just a premiere of what's going to start. Going back to Joel chapter 3, when Yahweh is bringing in all these heathen nations, he's gathering them up into the land of decision, the land of the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, where he's going to judge all these heathens. And we're going to find out why. What is the real reason the Lord Yahweh is going to put punishment on these devils and also the rest of these heathen nations. This is Isaiah chapter 34. We're going to just start with verse 5 for the sake of time. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse, to judgment. You see that? So that sword that's going to be bathed in heaven is talking about them ICBM missiles. Because once again, that MOTB comes out, which is the MOTB, which is the which is the micro C-hip that's going to take place upon the whole entire earth. Once that happens, then World War III is going to take off. And then that's where the ICBM missile is going to be shot from Russia, China, and all of his allies onto America, spiritually known as Idumea. And them ICBM missiles are actually the sword of Yahweh. They're going to go out of the atmosphere, come back into the atmosphere with the Lord is going to have. He's going to bless them swords where them ICBM missiles, where they're going to hit exactly where he wants them to hit. Exactly where he wants them to hit. They're going to have the spirit of Yahweh on them, right? Destroying this place. It says the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made of fat and with fatness and with the blood of the lambs, which are the Israelites, the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed here in America, and the blood of the goats, which is talking about Esau, Edom, and with the fat of the blood and of the fat of the kidneys of the rams, and the rams are the other heathen nations that are here. For Yahweh have a sacrifice in Bosra. Now Bosra was a major city inside of Idumea, and so it's basically is the cities of the Idumea, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So all of that includes all America, cities, valleys, hills, mountains, and if you're living in the country, all is going to be a great slaughter from all those ICBM missiles is going to come and hit in America. It says, and the unicorns shall come down with the bullocks, with the bulls, and them bulls and them bullocks and unicorns are dealing with beasts, are beasts which are men, assuming to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 18, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness, because that's going to be the blood that spilled from these all these this killing is going to be death here in America. It says, for it, this is why the Lord is bringing this judgment. It says, "For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." So who is Zion? Is the Heavenly Father's chosen people, the children of Israel, beginning with the elect. So this is why the Lord is having this devil Trump to start this war, or calling on the wars and rumors of wars, getting it all prepared. The Lord is preparing them, because we're still waiting on that MOTB to come out. But he's preparing this great war, which Yahweh Shai is going to appear in it. He's going to appear, and he's going to appear with his holy angels. He's going to crack that sky with the fathership, huge chariot, and there's going to be 200,000 thousands of other chariots that has the angels of the Lord, and they're going to also destroy this place with the laser beams coming from the chariots. And through the fire, he's going to beam up his elect of Israel. And that's why we pray we're the hopeful elect. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Oh, we read that, because, again, Trump is a proud man. He can't keep it at home. But his home here in America is going to be destroyed, man. 100% become a desert. So with that, I pray you was edified, call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Shah, Ba'ashem, Makar, HaKadash. Again, double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, rule well. Shalom.